Just as a warning before this video starts, this video is not for everyone. What's going on, guys? My name is Spencer. Welcome back to the Must Become YouTube channel. I believe that what you can become, you must become. That means if you have any potential within you, motivation within you, anything that you want to turn into something great, it's your obligation to turn it into something great. I believe that what you can become, you must become. So guys, today is a video that I know is going to be controversial. This is something that I know people are going to disagree with. I know in the comments there's going to be haters, and that's totally fine, because just as a warning before this video starts, this video is not for everyone. It's not for everyone, guys. This video is very specifically not for the people who are health conscious or fitness conscious or business conscious. This is for people who are trying to really get that top 1% of the 1% in terms of you guys want to be optimizers. I talk about this in other videos where there's people who are conscious, there are people who are optimizers. I make videos for both, but right now I'm really focused on you, the optimizer. So if you guys are just conscious, I'd consider continuing to scroll, because I don't think this is going to give you that much value. I don't think you're going to listen to it. And frankly, you're probably better off somewhere else. So with that out of the way, guys, I'm just going to say on your way in, if you guys ever like my content, you guys see some value, please give me a like. It definitely pushes it out to everyone out there and lets people know that there's some value here that they can gain. Also, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. I would hate if you guys missed a video that's important to your life right now and can really help you change into something amazing. And please leave me a comment if you guys have any questions or any video topics you want me to cover. That would be fantastic. I get back to every single comment that I receive. So guys, today's topic is about be careful of video games. Guys, be careful of video games. Okay, now I will admit there are some benefits right out of the gate. There are some benefits to video games, okay, that I know people are gonna bash me for, right? One thing is, of course, they're really good. Like if you have a friend that you play video games with, you guys do a duo kind of video game thing. It's really good for bonding in that way, especially as men. I think we just like to accomplish objectives, and video games really kind of sinks their teeth into that. It really knows that we like that video game creators know that we like that. And so it makes all these side quests and all these things you can do together to make you feel like you're being accomplished and feeling like you're the man. I'm not saying that you don't feel like you're the man. I'm just not sure that it's the right place. I'm not sure the best place to feel like the man is in a virtual world as opposed to the real world, but I'm not going to deny that video games gives you that feeling. So that's one benefit, is it can allow you to bond and feel kind of momentarily good about something, okay? The second thing is really that video games are fun. At the end of the day, they're fun. And I'm not going to deny that, but you have to ask yourself a very important question about where you are on your journey right now. And again, like I said, this isn't for everybody, but this is the question that you should all ask yourself, okay? And there's different answers for different people. The question is, should you be having fun right now? Should you always be having fun? Is fun always good, or sometimes is fun not the way you need to be? The same thing is, people think you're supposed to be happy all the time, but if you're trying to fight off a wild tiger, which granted, not going to happen very often, but you're trying to fight off a wild tiger for some reason, do you want to be happy? Is that what you want? No, you don't. You want to be aggressive. The same thing, if you're starving, you're out in the forest, there's an evolutionary reason why we get hangry. There's a reason, because if we wanted to hunt and kill and fend for ourselves and eat an animal, it makes sense that when we're hungry, we get more aggressive. We want to bite people's heads off. We want to fight them. It makes sense because that gives us a higher chance of actually catching that animal and surviving. So again, guys, you're going to ask yourself, just because of fun and happiness and all that stuff, this sounds good. Like, is this the time in your life for its appropriate application? I'll say that again. It's appropriate application. Okay, guys, appropriate application. So this might not be the time. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my experience with video games, just so you can see if you can relate to this at all. It's not going to be necessarily for everyone, like I keep mentioning, but this is my personal experience. Okay, so I went a whole year where I didn't touch a video game. I used to be absolutely into video games. It might not seem like a big accomplishment for some of you, and if it's not, and you guys haven't touched it for a long time, that's amazing. That's fantastic. But I went a whole year, and the reason I did this is because I take New Year's resolutions very seriously, as you may have seen in some of my other videos. I take them very seriously. I think it's an opportunity to separate the best from the rest, where most people, the New Year's resolutioners, they hit the gym, they go for the first time, and everyone knows the gyms are crowded in January, but by about January 20th, everyone's kind of gone. They're back to their potato chips and their couch and whatever, right? I really like to take New Year's resolutions very seriously. Now, my resolution for this particular year was not to touch video games. And this was difficult because my absolute best friend and I, we play video games all the time. I had a lot of actually close friends that we play video games. That was the way we bonded and the way we had a good time. And so it was very difficult, and I found myself having a hard time maybe having fun with them, right? Having fun with them because that's what they would want to do. That's what they would like to do. And again, no disrespect to video games. Again, you just need to ask yourself if now's the time to be doing it. I found it a little bit difficult, but I found myself that when I wasn't playing video games, I was doing so many other things. Not only did I have the motivation to do it, I had the time to do it. I didn't realize what kind of a time suck video games can be. So I went this entire year and didn't play. On January 1st, I decided that I was gonna play. I spent the day playing. I played with my friend. It was an amazing experience. Again, it was a good time to bond and just have a lot of laughs and whatever, right? Maybe for the next 10 days or so, I played here and there. I didn't play every day like I used to, like when I was a lot younger. I didn't do that, but I was really into it. I had a really good time, and I found myself thinking about it a lot more. When I was in my meditation or whatever, I'd think about myself, taking this action in the video game or taking that action in the video game. And if you guys want to know what game it is, again, ask me in the comments. I'll let you guys know. I'm sure some of you guys play this, but it might not be what you expect. So anyway, I was really excited about this video game, having a good time that I was playing again, and I began to tell myself, I think I can work this into my life. I think I can work video games into my life. Now, I know about myself, and I don't know about you guys, but I know about myself that it's a blessing and a curse that I have an incredibly addictive personality, which means that sometimes I can do some stuff that really ruins my progress. And when I do it for a while. But when I'm really on my shit, which again, that's why I make videos about getting back on the train and how to do it, because these are speaking to me too. When I'm back on the train, I find that I'm really, really killing it. I get addicted to the progress. I get addicted to becoming what I must become. So I'm playing video games, and I think I can normalize this back in my life, and I'm really excited about that. But then I find, this is about January 10th, January 12th, I find that around January 14th, 13th, 14th, I find that I come home from work and I want to play video games. That's not a surprise. It doesn't seem like anything bad. And so I allow myself to play video games for a bit. My friend's there playing. He's waiting for his girlfriend to come over. And, he says that she's going to be over in 20, 30 minutes. I think perfect. That'll cut me right off. I'm sure you guys know where this is going. But I think, okay, you have 20, 30 minutes. That'll cut me right off. As soon as she gets here, I'm going to go into my room. There's some stuff I have to do. I'm really focusing in our company right now. I'm really focusing on supply chain. So I'm reading a lot. I'm learning a lot about supply chain management, all that kind of stuff. For any of you guys who didn't know, I'm taking a strong operations role right now in the company. And that's I'm head of operations at this point. So I'm really looking into supply chain management. I'm going really, really deep. And I tell myself that when I'm done playing video games, when he leaves and his girlfriend arrives, I'm going to stop playing. Now, of course, she gets here and they go and do their thing, and I'm just sat there on the couch playing video games. And an hour goes by, 2 hours go by, 3 hours go by, 5 hours go by, I'm still playing. This was a Friday night, and I know you conscious people out there, video game, health, fitness conscious people out there, I know you guys are gonna say, what's the big deal? It's a Friday night, assuming you worked hard the whole week, or even if you didn't, whatever, enjoy yourself, right? That's what you're gonna say. But for the optimizers, you're gonna clue in, and you're gonna know who you are. You're gonna clue in at what's going on here. This is not something that would ever happen before. I did not actively choosing at this point to play. I am having a hard time stopping, and there's a difference. And I realized that after I played that 5 hours, the next day when I woke up, I felt the same thing. I felt like I wanted to play again. And not just that, I was so tempted. I had to get out of my apartment. I had to drive to the office. And even there, I couldn't really focus because again, I was living in my brain this high stimulating, dopamine releasing activity, playing the video game almost in my head. And you might not realize you guys are doing this, but you probably think about it or watch YouTube videos about it or listen to podcasts about it more than you realize. It's taking up more time than you realize. And even if it doesn't feel like a lot of total time, that's a lot of time that you could be putting into, like I said before in another video, self-reinforcing messaging that could be benefiting you and creating a positive flywheel of who you're going to become instead of just doing things that are keeping you where you are and maybe even moving you backwards. Okay, so I noticed my motivation wasn't there. And then I started to feel emotionally a little turbulent. I felt like, okay, I'm not even emotionally, I feel a little weird. I'd wake up every morning and I felt a little off and I was like, what is this? And I couldn't figure out exactly what it was until I realized, holy shit, the one thing I changed was video games. It's cool because this is the same sort of lesson I learned with diet. When I was doing a strong, and I still am, an animal-based diet, I found that not even just animal-based, I could take a carnivore diet, a strict carnivore diet, where I'd slowly introduce one thing and another thing and another thing. And I'd see, wow, this is changing my emotion, my brain fog, the time I want to wake up, my libido, all of it. It's changing all of it. And just by slowly introducing a variable, you can begin to see what the problem is and what it's causing, what input is causing what output. And I saw that what video games is causing is emotional turbulence up and down. It's causing me to not want to work. It's causing me to constantly think, even when I'm at work, I'm thinking about these video games. And these are things that you begin to clue into. And it's really important that you develop your sensitivity to the way your body and your mind change. At this point, what I decided now is that I'm probably gonna cut video games. I'm gonna cut it back out and I'm gonna do another year. I might decide to do once a month or something like that. But again, it has to be very intentional because I know what the impacts are 2 or 3 weeks down the road, or even not even 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a week down the road. I know what it's gonna be. And I know I have a hard time saying no to it. I know I can't stay away from it. It's very difficult. So it's kind of like having an addiction that you say, I'm an alcoholic, but I'll only drink vodka once a month. It's just not really the way it works. And yes, I do desire to play video games, even now, but I recognize that time is so much better spent building myself into the person I want to be. And again, only for optimizing. So I know if you don't understand this, it doesn't make sense to you, that's fine. Keep scrolling, you're not an optimizer. Leave a hateful comment, do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, this video isn't for you. I think on that note, when I talk about what video games have done and how they changed your brain, one thing that I kind of noticed, just as a little note to you guys, is it feels a lot like when you watch, I can't say the porn word here on the channel because YouTube doesn't like it, but basically when you watch naked ladies on the internet, it's a very similar feeling where you get this feeling where it's really hard to stop. It feels amazing. It feels like you're accomplishing things, right? It feels like you've impregnated 100 beautiful women in 20 minutes. Same thing as video games. You feel like you've saved your buddy from battle, and you shot down, again, assuming this is your game. This isn't even my game, but you've shot down a bunch of terrorists that are trying to take over your city and all this stuff, right? You feel like the man. The same thing with porn. You feel like the man. The same thing is where you're looking at naked ladies online. It's the same thing with video games, where I think our societies began to kind of normalize this addiction. And I do think that we're getting to a place where men need to be told, guys, you're men now. We need to put the games down. Is now the time for fun, right? Is now the time for fun? It might seem extreme, but you need to ask yourself that question, in my opinion. And I think we've begun to normalize this hobby, normalize this addiction. And I just think it's a little bit dangerous. It's something we should pay more attention to. There'll be more videos coming out on this, but you guys definitely look into this. Definitely look into this and see how you're feeling. Check in with yourself. And what I would do at least is take 90 days off, okay? And if you can't, then you're addicted, and that's a problem in and of itself. I don't really like being controlled by something other than what I'm deciding to do. I would recommend taking 90 days off, okay? Take 90 days off and see how your brain reacts. See what happens. It's the same thing as taking a break from watching naked ladies online. It's difficult, but the rewards are evident, okay? This is the last message really on this point that I want to leave you guys with. And this is something that I think we never question. And this is honestly, in my opinion, it depends what kind of game you play, of course, but this statement, this question, however you want to phrase it, it was the key for me to be like, oh, fuck these video games. Fuck this. I could just become a way better dude, or I could just play all my time, spend all my time playing this game online or whatever. And it's this, okay? I want you guys to hear this. Your rank in video games, your rank or your experience in terms of how good you are, doesn't fucking matter. Your rank doesn't fucking matter. I don't care if you're a global elite in this or a diamond grandmaster in that. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Nobody cares but you and that environment. Same thing as I said in other videos. The reason why it matters to you so much is because you've immersed yourself to a degree that what you care about is the people's opinions who are on the other side of a computer somewhere else in the world. Or maybe you know them and you come back to school or back to work and say, wow, great kill yesterday, man, that was awesome. And there might be value to that. But I'm just saying your rank, the thing that you're dedicating to keeping, the thing that you consider a personal accolade is not a business you've started or a position you've attained or a car that you drive or a girl that you're dating or a family that you've had. It's none of that. It's a digital online rank in a video game that does not matter, that will not get you anything, will not have you remembered, will not give anything to society, to your family, won't. It will not. Now, you might want to be a professional gamer. I don't know what to say about professional gamers. I'll leave that to another topic, but I'm just saying if you're not that, and let's be honest, you're not, okay? I'm not, you're not. That's not what you want. You want something better than that. No offense, but you want something better than that. Your rank doesn't matter. So stop playing in a way where you're like, oh, I can't let my rank deteriorate. I need to stay at this playing level. No, you don't. No, you don't. None of that fucking matters. And I wish someone told me that, because there's been so many games where I've been obsessed with my rank and climbing and getting better. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. You turn the game off and nobody cares. Do something that actually matters and you're gonna be proud of. You're not gonna be on your deathbed thinking, wow, at least I'm a global elite. That's amazing. And then die. No, you're not. You're gonna wanna think, wow, I started that business that changed people's lives. All of my employees have $1 million homes, blah, 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 blah. That's what you want. Wow, I achieved a physique that will be remembered forever because of how dedicated I was and what it looked like, and will inspire people forever to be healthier or stronger, whatever. Okay, guys, so that's important. Your rank does not fucking matter. Give the video games a break for at least 90 days. Recognize what it does to your brain when you play them, and admit that it's addiction the same way as watching naked ladies online, and that it's holding you back from becoming what you must become. With that, guys, my name is Spencer from the Must Become YouTube channel. If you like this content, give it a like, push it out to the algorithm, make sure other people join our community, and we can all influence and benefit each other. Next, please subscribe to this channel, because I would hate for you guys to miss a video like something like this that you might need to see. This might be holding you back. So if you need to see these videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Finally, leave me a comment, because I love interacting with you guys, and every single comment that I get, I interact with, I respond to, and it helps inform what I should do on my next videos and how I can help you guys more. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.